Welcome back, PieCover here. Today I want to talk about the mempool. This is a node over here. It's validating transactions. As you can see, the network transactions on average set like around 4,000 transactions every 10 minutes. So now block the block time every 10 minutes, right? And you have the transaction fees, right? Is very high. It's like close to 100 sats every byte. So virtual byte. So 100 sat a virtual byte in average. So the price to include the transaction in the mempool, in the blockchain or time chain is on close to $3, right? So I'd say let's say $6 to include a transaction in the mempool. So this is like if your transaction is only have one input, one output. It doesn't have too many dust transaction. Like let's say I'll show you what I mean. Like if you have a transaction that has um, um, let's say for example this transaction is just one input, one output, right? So you have this one address sent to another address. So you only pay it's about the fee is $6, right? That's for one. But if you start having, let's say you have one address, and then you stacking Bitcoin on the address, like you keep accumulating on one address. So for example, let's look at this. So this address, right? So you have many addresses, right? So you have so many addresses. You're sending Bitcoin to one address, right? Like like all these transactions, right? Because there's so many input, and then you only have maybe two output, right? And plus the transaction fee. But what happened is this is consolidation. That's a good idea. You consolidate all your transaction into one output, right? One or two. So now, if this person wanna make a change, now this person pay a lot of fees, right? See the fees for like almost $500, $498. That's a lot. That's like a million sat. So now this is what you pay for consolidating all those little all those little chunk of transactions, right, of Bitcoin, right? So it's like all those little stacks. So they will cost you a lot of money to consolidate them in the into one transaction, right? So let's say you only have this is only like what? Well, that was 700,000 sats, right? 700,000 sats, and then this was, and if you look at this one, it was, uh, I mean, like it's maybe like a 100,000 sats, right? So you want to consolidate this to one, like become let's say let's say 20 million sats. Then you have to pay the fee, right? But now let's say this address, right? Let's say this address want to make a payment, right? They only receive one transaction. Let's say they want to send, they want to pay after 5 years or 10 years, they want to pay, or they want to send the Bitcoin somewhere. They will not have to pay so much in fees, right? They only have to pay, let's say, whatever the fee market is at the time. So this is what I want to make this video about, because this video is about more about like how to save on fees and how to consolidate your TXOs in a smart way. Let's say you go to an exchange, right? So let's I'm gonna go to this. Okay, so this app, I'm gonna this thing is kind of troubling. I'm gonna go over here, guys. SideSwap. This is an app. You can download it on your smartphone. it's called SideSwap. So it's living on the um, liquid sidechain. So what it does, it just basically take your Bitcoin. You can peg in. Let's say you form exchange. You take your Bitcoin from the exchange, and you say, hey, I wanna consolidate the Bitcoin, right? So what you do, you can send all this uh, chunk of little Bitcoins, right? 100,000, 200,000, million sats. You send them, you peg in, right? You do a peg in, and then your peg in, right? Your peg in costs you, let's say, like 1% for conversion rate, right? So you get 99.9% of your Bitcoin back, right? So on liquid term, right? So you put it, you send it to this. For example, if I wanna, let's say I wanna make a peg in, right? I'm gonna go on the blockchain. I'm gonna take an address, for example. It can be any address. I'm just doing it, making this as an example here. Take time to load, but what my point was is to take any transaction, right? So I'm gonna go on the blockchain, on the time chain. I'm gonna take any transaction. So it's taking a little bit to load. My internet is slow. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put an address here, and I wanna do it pay again, right? So what's gonna happen? Uh, See, I did. Did I do something wrong or something happened? Um, so I'm gonna change that. Okay, guys. So now, okay. All right. So let me move on here to show you to show you because it's very simple what I wanna do. Yeah, but I wanna show you like how to do peg in, peg out. So I wanna go and block and blockstream liquid sidechain. So this is a liquid over here. So I'm gonna go there and then take some Bitcoin address. So I'm gonna take a liquid address, sorry, and then I'm gonna make a side swap just to show you what the idea is. So uh, very simple. This is a transaction. So I'm gonna take let's say an address, right? So I copy this address. Let's say this was my address, right? For example, this was my address. So I want to send the Bitcoin from the exchange. I want to make it pay again to the liquid sidechain. I'm gonna send some Bitcoin, right? So I do a pay again here, right? So this is the address that's gonna receive it, um, right? So this address is gonna be on my wallet, a liquid wallet. So for example, I'm gonna set up this liquid wallet, right? First of all, create a wallet. I'm gonna create a wallet like multi-sig is the best way because two of two multi-sig, they just create that and then you're just gonna get 12 words gonna give you, and then you just set up like a two-factor authentication with your, let's say, your text message or call or your Google two-factor authentication. And so just because it's on your laptop, you want to make sure it's secure. You don't want to have this single sig. Okay, so now once you create the liquid wallet, you can use the address of that liquid wallet to side swap. So again, your Bitcoin from the exchange, you're just gonna send that. It's gonna say, okay, let's say you have, for example, for the purpose of this, um, mm, uh, okay, that's the liquid address, right? Okay, so I'm gonna choose a different address. this is an address, so I'm gonna paste this there, and I'm gonna say okay, it keeps saying invalid address. Okay, but the reason why it's saying this, guys, is because it's not like it probably because it's not it's not an address that's coming from my it's not coming from my SideSwap app, right? So it's better to create an address coming from download the SideSwap, SideSwap. I mean, create an address from that, and then you peg in. You send it when if it was a good address from SideSwap, it would create me a Bitcoin address, right, with the invoice, right, and then it just create me a Bitcoin address. Doesn't have to know like whatever amount, and then I just send whatever the amount of Bitcoin. It would convert that Bitcoin straight to liquid Bitcoin, right? So that's why you can call it pegging. So once I have this Bitcoin there, it would automatically send it to the Bitcoin address on my SideSwap app. Now, I could use that Bitcoin for my SideSwap app, right? I would see the Bitcoin on my account, anything like that, right? So I would see it somewhere, right, on the app, and then I could send it. I could send the Bitcoin to my liquid wallet, right? There I create because I don't want to leave it to the SideSwap. You remember because SideSwap is still an exchange, still a swapping exchange. It's not a purposely built for storing your money. If you want to save or storing your money, you want to make it specific to a specific wallet, purposely built for storing your money, right? So you want to make it like specifically, okay, this wallet this is what it does. It secure money. It doesn't deal with swapping, selling, and market and things like that. Right? It only just do so you want to make sure it's safe. Now, let's say you have your liquid Bitcoin. Now you only pay, let's say, 100 sat, 200 sat for a transaction and liquid. But on the Bitcoin blockchain, you would have to spend like 1,000 sats, like 5,000 sats, right? I just show you like a Bitcoin transaction. It costs like an average six, like $5 to $6, right? In not too busy time. Sometimes it would cost you $15, $16. So it makes sense to use a service like Liquid, right? Because look at the transaction, like they don't charge much, right? Like that the last transaction, this is only one transaction in block, right? That's why it's so cheap because there's not that much. There's so much space and there's not too much transaction. It's not discovered yet in so many ways. So, and by the way, I should tell you one thing. You still trust the Liquid Federation, so there's still a trust there. It's not the same as Bitcoin, but you know, it's just like it's a trade-off. But everything has a trade-off. But if you wanna save on fees, you wanna make you don't want to spend too much money on fees, then that's a good trade-off, right? You have to know the truth. So I make sure I tell you the way it is. So now this is a transaction. I'm just gonna look at this transaction. You see the fee. The fee is 395 sats. Right? So that's really insignificant compared to, let's say, the average transaction in Bitcoin right now. Like it costs you somewhere. Average transaction fee is like 43,000 sats, right, per transaction. 43,000 sats per transaction, and this over a year is only like 300. It's like it's like it's a no-brainer, right? So that's why I wanted to show you guys. And now let's say you have your SideSwap and all figured out. You have your liquid Bitcoin on your wallet, right, on the liquid GreenWallet. Now you want to have some open channel. Let's say you want to have Lightning enabled satoshis on your Lightning channel, right? So let's say you have a Phoenix wallet, right? So let's go there, Phoenix. Let's say you have some Bitcoin on your Phoenix wallet, and then let's say you had 1,000,000 sats channel open, and you wanna rebalance that channel. Let's say you didn't have so many satoshis on it, and then you wanna rebalance that. So you don't wanna spend. I see people do like send a Bitcoin on-chain transaction and using like so many like inefficient way people are doing things. Like you don't have to send a Bitcoin on-chain transaction to Phoenix to pay so much fees. First of all, you pay a transaction fee to send it, and then Phoenix will convert that into a Phoenix will take that Bitcoin and send it again to open a channel. Maybe yes, they may be able to do splicing, or they may be able to do fill the bucket or things like that. But again, the most important thing is that you can save much more fees by just going to Boltz that exchange here, and then you see the liquid Bitcoin. You just swap right from your exchange. You just swap that liquid Bitcoin into Satoshi's Lightning Satoshis, right? Your liquid sats can be converted into Lightning sats, and again, the Bolt fee is only 0.1%, right? So that's 2 sats for every 2,000 sats. And the network fee, that's the network for the liquid, because you want to send a liquid transaction and they may want to convert it again, right? So that's only 147 sats. So it's pretty much a no-brainer, right? You just insert your Lightning address there, right? And then from that, and then you just receive that Bitcoin to your Lightning address, right? So very, very important tools to navigate through the high fee environment. So I feel like I figured out so it would be useful to tell you guys. And also if you want, let's say you want to buy some Bitcoin, let's say, well, you want to, you can use RoboSats as well. So this basically is a website and Tor. So you could use Tor, basically just go on that website and just make some purchases, and you can buy Bitcoin with the Tether. You can use gift cards. It's a small marketplace. It's not big, but it's still important to know. So I make a few video on this YouTube channel about it. So yeah, just check them out. If you wanna use and buy things like that, right? So it's amazing. If you wanna sell as well, you can also use that. So if you guys like this type of videos, please comment, subscribe, let me know, so I can make more of those type of videos to show you guys how to save on fees. 10,000 sats save on fees. That's approximately what, maybe $5, $10, like. But if you save like 20,000 sats, that's then like 50,000 sats save, right? $25. That's of today. That's in the next 5 years. That would be at least in the next 5 to 10 years. That would be at least $250, right? So I use some of the saving to send money to people in El Salvador. When somebody go on Nostr or Twitter, and they show me what they buy minutos from people in El Salvador, and I see the address, I said, okay, I'm just gonna send 100 sats, like 50 sats, 50,000 sats. No, sorry. 10,000 sats or 5,000 sats to that merchant for hard work. That's just, like by saving the sats, I can use the sats to send and be, you know, I can just donate and I can share, I can help. So many things. I can go on OpenSats, donate those developers and Bitcoin Lightning, their devs, Bitcoin devs, and all those people I can just support. So that's why I think it's important to look at those things, guys. I will see you again. This was PieCover. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.